All right. So apparently we're live, but I didn't want to jump right into it because this is the first time I'm
All
using this,
right.
and I just
So
want
apparently,
to make sure everyone is heard and everything is working. So it should be up on the YouTube channel, and I just maybe want to do like I don't know 2 or 3 minutes of just talking before.
Yeah.
Let's give it a check.
Well, I
Well, I see
checked
it.
and it did say apparently we're live from
Yep.
you,
Yep,
so
I see that we're live too.
Mm-hmm.
yay. Welcome to new layout where game is always seen,
Yeah.
faces of characters are always seen, and words on the battle map cannot be seen.
Yeah.
The question is if you have another scene then for the actual like full screen map or what
No, I'm
that's going to
just.
entail.
It's just gonna be this. They don't
Ah.
need. They don't need to see the whole point of the map is just to see where everyone is.
Yeah, unless there's like 15 bugs on top of you, in which case there is no chance of seeing you anymore.
Hmm.
Ron was going to be spiders. He just was.
What session is this? 28. Almost.
28.
Almost 30.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're doing this at a new time too, so well, maybe we'll see.
How
Oh.
vague.
Yeah, things are still up in the air.
Do you want to?
Um,
Do we maybe want to do like a character reintroduction just to reintroduce everyone again?
Man, no, I mean, I guess it has been like
A
2
month.
months.
Two, yeah.
Me too. Huh.
suppose we could, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to start off from screen order or Discord order?
I like screen order.
Okay, he just forced
Wow.
you to do it, Quill.
yeah, I know. All right. Fortunately for me, there's not much to explain about Malcolm. He's a sheep. He specifically of the Wooloo variety. He does wacky dream stuff, and he's not very smart.
Well, is there any difference in him up to this? After 28 times 3, 28 times 3, that's about 80 something hours of sessions.
I guess he's gotten a little bit smarter. He still can't read though.
He's still illiterate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he ate a rock that makes him teleport, explode, and
Oh yes,
All
that.
Make
sorts of
flumps.
shenanigans.
He hasn't. No, he did make it once, but it was just a small little Malcolm.
Malcolm and the mini Malcolms.
What if let's move over to Dante? What can you tell us about yourself?
Well, let's see. Still just cleric of the mortal wing. That's been one thing we've kind of seen him. I feel like at times sort of been uh almost like an antagonist of the group in a weird way because it seems like there's been issues that came up previously between like back when Ira was in the party, and now there's the fact that well, I'll save that explanation I think more so for Proteus, but there's definitely some drama going on between him and Proteus right now, I would say, because of some discoveries that happened. Other than that, it definitely feels like he's the one that maybe can hold a different opinion than the rest of the group.
Yeah.
I don't think of what else to really explain.
when
here,
you're
but,
lawful in a chaotic party.
definitely the case.
Being the straight man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's go to Nicholas then.
All right. Well, Nicholas is as we're getting more and more of his into Loomhouse and getting more and more of his backstory, he's out for revenge against the murder. Comparatively speaking, he hasn't been part of the party that terribly long, but yeah, he's more or less planning on going against the Ethereum Corporation and the murder and anyone who was involved with his friend's murder. But for the moment, he's planning on getting his grandparents out of the city so that way they don't end up as collateral in his quest.
Mm-hmm. And finally, Proteus.
All right. Well, Proteus is a rogue wizard in this very sense of the word, I suppose. He's more or less been keeping his magic on the down low and keep and is it permanently disguised as a Stantler, even though he's actually a Zorua, and he's currently trying to figure out like what's all going down ever since the beginning of the campaign. His curiosity has been set off, but also a bit of the alarms as well, knowing that certain things are out there that might disturb the peace, and he's trying to find out if it's worth becoming a soldier in the front lines for it or not.
Okay. Excellent. So, what say you we start this up? I'll back up again. I think we're all good. If anyone's in the chat, does anything sound off? Everything looks good, sounds good. We all good?
Matt and Real are there, so I'll have to wait a couple of seconds for the chat to sync up.
Yeah. But I think we'll start up right now. So we go back to the large city of innovation known as Lomhausen, where people go to, entrepreneurs go, or there's just about anything here that you can think of that that you can pursue your dreams with. And while it is a capitalistic city, it's those capitalistic aspects allow the market to decide if you are worthy in your pursuits. There is the outskirts of the city known as the slums, where most of the people who learned that live, where it's kind of ramshacked houses and people living in more or less destitute, and they continue to grow as the city grows, as some people become displaced. The corporation known as the Deuterium Corporation more or less runs the city with their technological advancements, and that's what most of the city is based around, is learning about these things, learning about the arcane and divine, and kind of demystifying it and turning it into an accessible thing normal people can do. Which is where which is what the university here mainly teaches. No Monoborn are allowed to attend this school, as it's strictly for the mundane people with ingenious minds. There is on our last stream, the party went to the Blue Rose Theater, where it was revealed the sibling to the green dragon they slayed in Ironbroach was working there, just kind of freeloading there, anyone's guess, as an actress in a production, and it did not make any hostile moves against the party and seemed to wish to keep it that way. But after being confronted by the time dragon Kronos, who wanted the party to kill this thing to ensure a dubious good future, the party rejected, mostly on a morality issue, and Kronos seemed to stop dealings with them and went to maybe go find someone who would. The party was also in the middle of bringing Nicholas's parents to a bandit coalition to keep them safe from the rumor surrounding the Deuterium Corporation and the unethical things they may or may not do. And they wish to take them there, as the bandits don't seem to be scoundrels, more of survivalists that also don't have a like for the Deuterium Corporation. And the party retired in a inn for the time being in the Tavern Row, very close to the Blue Rose Theater where they confronted the dragon. But after that night, they wake up in Tavern Row inside the inn, and as you wake up, you see the morning sunset outside. You don't really have a good view of the city because you're this isn't a very big tavern, but you can see the large tower of the Deuterium Corporation kind of acting as this lone beacon in the middle of the sky right now. You you wake up in your room. This is a shared room, so yeah, I'll let you guys go from there.
All right.
All right, well, time to skedaddle. Time to leave the city and come back tomorrow.
Well, it takes
Probably not.
where you're going took 3 days.
Yeah, so
Time to leave the city for a full week.
Yeah.
out
So
back out to the slums, and then
Yeah, we gotta take a quick trip through the cemetery on the way out too.
You would, if you're going back the way you came, you would be going out this exit.
Yeah, but I thought we were meeting his family in the slums.
Yes.
So
yeah.
the fastest way would then just be going this way.
No.
depends on if we wanted to use the lightning rail or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let me see how much money Malcolm has. He's still okay.
Like, probably more than me.
Yeah.
We're gonna hemorrhage more money to the lightning rail.
Oh, we've been hemorrhaging way too much money to that dang thing.
The
Hopefully when we're-
cemetery will allow us to get away from hemorrhaging money.
Learn to be more frugal.
More
Well,
frugal
we're
in the
already going to be away.
cemetery.
We're already going to be away for a week, so we probably should prioritize efficiency of movement here.
Yeah.
So, yes, using the lightning rail.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I mean, we have to use it to get to the slums bare minimum.
No, we don't.
No, because we're
we're here, so
Oh.
we just go that.
Oh, I thought we were over here.
No.
No,
This is the hotel is a very nice kind of looking hotel that is enormous. Well, you're just kind of in the little a little one story out in here.
Yeah, we are going there eventually because that's where we're going to be meeting up with Estelle, but we're not meeting up with Estelle right now because we're not here with the air quotes you can imagine. But yeah, no, we're just here, so we just go to the slums, take Nicholas's grandparents, go to the lightning rail, zoom to the entrance, and then leave.
Works for me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You guys how early do you want to get up?
I mean, his parents are old, therefore we can't get up early enough.
Probably around dawn.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going kind of outside into the city in the wee hours. And walking through the city again, there's not as much bustle in the early hours as a lot of everything is generally not open yet. So it's kind of that, if you kind of walk down a street in like the early hours of the morning and just kind of nothing is there when it usually would in the daytime, it's kind of like that. But the massive city still kind of encroaches on all of you as you walk past the lightning rail. The lightning rail is actually still running. It's actually still you occasionally see it kind of go counterclockwise and clockwise in either directions from this point. But you make your way past the city walls into the slums, where this is Proteus and Malcolm's first time in here, I believe. Where there's a stark contrast to the immaculately pristine city. There are these like houses with patchwork exteriors and these ramshackle roofs that you can almost hear a pot collecting drops of water from the top of them. There are some people out and about here, and as you're walking through, you get those suspicious glares from Pokemon. You walk by just almost silently judging you without any words as you walk by, and the only thing you hear are your footsteps as you walk by them. That unnerving feeling kind of takes you as you walk past these shady figures that you can almost barely make out in the were they shadows or were they not. But you eventually make it to your former abode, Nicholas.
All right. So he does. Nicholas takes a breath. He says, Malcolm,
Yeah.
just so you know, when we're around my grandparents, call me Nicholas.
Okay.
Thank you. And Nicholas takes a breath before he knocks on the door again.
It takes a few seconds, but your elderly Meowscarada grandparents eventually, well, it's your grandfather and your grandmother sitting at the table. This is a very small abode for if you guys forgot, where it's basically like a bachelor suite, and there's what maybe constitute as a room to kind of the side, but it's not closed off. It's just kind of a bed in this little alcove. And you're greeted by him, Nicholas, as he says, we're going this early?"
Yeah, I figured better to go now rather than when the streets are crowded and stuff like that. I'm worried about the possibility we might be seen by a few too many prying eyes.
Okay, well, we packed up our things. We're all ready to go if you are.
Yeah, we're here. If you need help carrying anything, Malcolm here, he points to Malcolm. Malcolm here's good at lifting things, so if you need any help lifting, just ask him.
They have about they don't have much, but you gave them some. Well, Dante did, but they have about like kind of four large suitcases full of belongings that they wish to take with them.
Malcolm can probably take 3 of those, assuming they aren't as big as he is.
They're not as big as you are, but they're really stuffed to the brim.
Okay. Well, you know how on donkeys they'll have that like cover over the back and then have the 2 side compartments to hold things. Maybe we could do something like that. Instead of putting a person on top, we can just put another suitcase.
Yeah.
Strap him with all the cases.
Just like kind of Frank.
He's a pack barbarian.
He's a suitcase tank.
Okay. That being said, if you get into battle with this on, it's and you get hit.
It's gonna damage the goods.
Man, we're gonna have to roll like 4D100s on the trinket table to see what goes flying.
Oh
but
no.
but yeah, I'll let you do that. And there's still one more large suitcase.
Nicholas will probably take that one.
Okay, it's not like you're not encumbered by it or anything, but it's just kind of you're using a hand to carry it.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
I figure we do this at least through the city, and once we're outside of the city, we could unpack a bit so that Malcolm's not hoarding it all.
Okay. Okay, so you've got the suitcase. They're all ready to go. They wear their they've got some jackets that they are wearing, some coats.
All right, thanks once again for doing this.
Yeah, sorry.
I know it isn't ideal, but
And you're sure this is the best course of action?
yes, I am.
You know if these bandits are trustworthy?
Yes, we managed to go into their camp. They're not like bandits are bandits, but they don't stoop to killing or harming in any permanent way. They're mostly doing what they do for survival. And they take care of their children, they take care of their elderly.
Okay, well, we'll trust you on this, Nicholas.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, they shut the door to their abode for the last time. And where do you wish to go from here?
The
Good.
lightning rail.
All right, I believe that was 5 gold per person.
Correct. Nick will be the one to specifically pay for his grandparents and himself.
Okay, so that's 15 for you.
All right.
Everyone else.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
everyone has enough.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, and with that, you begin riding the lightning rail. Again, it's pretty. The crowd that you saw earlier on this thing is not as large. You're not being sardined into this because it's the wee hours in the morning. Well, I guess it's getting to like the start of like a 9 to 5 morning, since you had to kind of walk over here and walk back. But there's enough room that you're not like claustrophobic or suffocating on this thing as it begins its journey to I assume you're going to that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Yep.
one that gets us out of here.
All right. So as you're going along the lightning rail, I'll let whoever thinks they have a window seat do a perception check.
Oh,
Probably Malcolm.
Yeah, we're probably gave to Malcolm.
All right, cross your fingers, guys. Oh, I forgot he's proficient in this.
that doesn't change much. Well,
No,
maybe
it
it does.
really doesn't. 15.
Yeah, that's what you were looking for. So as you're you're very elevated when you're on this, so you can see kind of above the city more or less. And Malcolm, when you look over to where this big giant house is, it has like just one singular, it's like Dante's house he goes to sometimes, where it like has that one large building sticking out of it.
Mm-hmm.
There appears to be like lots of people gathered here, and they're like holding signs. You can't see what they say, but you can't read anyway, but you can't really see what's on them. But there's like a group of people there just kind of all together, and they seem to be holding up signs and stuff.
Look, they're having a party.
What's going on?
I told
And
you they're having a party.
it sort of looks out, maybe peeks past Malcolm or whatever to see.
Yeah, you see the same thing Malcolm saw, like in the Deuterium Corporation headquarters, which you would know. It seems like there's a group of people gathered like near the front of it, and they're all holding up signs of some sort.
Malcolm, I think that's a protest.
What kind of party is that?
It's not a party, Malcolm.
What is it? Is it fun?
It-
Is there grass?
No, there's dirt.
Well, that's no good
Depends.
without grass.
Yeah, they throw it in your face
Why?
because they're angry.
Well, that doesn't sound like a party at all.
You're right. It's an angry party. That's what mobs are called. Well, kind of.
Your grandfather chimes in, Nicholas, and says, yes, those are the protests going on about Project Horizon.
What's that?
Would Nicholas know about Project Horizon, or was this after he left?
You would kind of know about it, maybe, with your background. But you could either have your grandparents explain it to you, or you could do a history check and you'll know about it.
For the sake of flavor, I'll do a history check.
All right.
He does not.
Uh-huh. Your grandfather says to you, yes, it was a job that well, I knew about it with the job they were offering me. It's making the steel defenders into more or less, they explain it as shields against the growing forces, super evolved versions of the steel defenders that are capable of holding their own, and the selling point is we would not be losing lives if they were to go to battle.
Hmm.
And
See,
as I explained to you, they say it's a shield, but some people see it as a sword.
considering what we've seen, I wonder if it's connected to something we've been or these guys encountered more than me, but I heard about. There was some strange machinery that they happened to have an encounter with. I wonder if that's related.
Oh, I can't say for certain, but
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
and the rest of you would all have heard this too.
Well, if these are the same deal, steel defenders as the sort of ones we saw Iron Broach. I wouldn't say it's all connected to the ones we've been attacked by on the road back in Helmfirth.
Well, they're being upgraded apparently is a thing, so that's why that thought came to me. Now, like I said, I could be wrong. It's just, I suppose, something to keep in mind for the future.
They, to simplify it, they wish to incorporate the steel defenders with biological aspects and arcane to compete with the MDRA. And, of course, the technological ingenuity.
Oh yeah, we ran into those. They weren't nice. They were pretty mean.
Well,
The simple nature. Well, you said biological.
they seek to replicate it, not literally use it. But again, it has fallen under some controversy.
Yeah, if it's biological, I can imagine.
Because some think
Uh,
it's from every angle, too. The clergy believes they're playing God, and the MDRA does not like the inheritance of Monoborn blood being replicated. And it's a very muddy situation, but to play devil's advocate, it would help us more mundane, the us mundane folk keep up.
Suppose in the end it depends on, it's kind of got a two sides thing. Could be a great boon or it could be a terrible thing. But that's stuff that we need to figure out later on what their exact motivations are, if it's simple purely to help catch up or if they've got a deeper motivation.
Yeah. He nods and um, just kind of relaxes in the seat of the lightning rail as it goes by. Is that all you're gonna probably talk about?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Uh, yeah, as the train continues its journey, making a stop at the 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock direction, you finally arrive at your destination, passing the prestigious Loomhull Hotel and the museum, and you can see the university is very close. The campus is very close to this stop you're at right now. As you see multiple, which is a respectable building in its own right. It's actually several, but yeah, you see that as you disembark from here.
All right. Here we are. I hope you enjoyed the lightning rail at least. I know we've never had enough money to go on it before.
Oh, I would have, if I had worked for the Ethereum Corporation, I would have had a free pass. I did write it the few times when I was applying there.
Oh, okay. Nick's a little uncomfortable with that, but he sort of shakes it off and goes, all right, anyways, let's get moving. We've got a long walk ahead of us.
Okay. So, are you rearranging anything as you are outside the city gates now?
Yeah, how do we want to
Who's carrying
rearrange
what?
this?
Each of us can just take a suitcase.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Simple way to handle it.
For like again, for the sake of a battle breaks out, you unless you drop the thing, you will only have one hand available.
Right.
Yeah, that's a problem for half of us. Namely, like you and me, Sonic Link, because you need hands for magic.
I need
Well-
both hands for two-handed fighting, or two-handed weapons.
Actually, it's the least bad on at least so long as Nicholas has one hand, Warcaster means that he can use his he could basically use his weapon, and both Warcaster and Valor Bard means him using his weapon counts for all
Right.
these. Yeah.
Okay, so only I would be like significantly impaired by it.
Yeah, you'd probably either need to decide whether you're gonna focus on shanking or focus on casting, probably.
I mean, your grandparents could carry it, but they are old, and you're making a 3 days journey with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
I mean, if
why
a fight breaks out, we can probably just give them the suitcases and tell them to
Yeah.
hide.
Find someone
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah. See, if a fight breaks out, we could probably do that with them, and probably, very least, Crodius can probably hand them off his suitcase so that he can be just fine.
Okay. All right. So what's the consensus of what you're doing here?
Everyone takes one, probably, yeah.
Okay. Everyone has one suitcase. Great. Okay, so you begin your 3 days journey. Let's have everyone roll d6s for me.
Here we go.
If I roll a 1, the suitcase goes down.
Ooh,
4,
six.
4, 4, and 6.
Four.
Okay. So the weather is good, albeit a little chilly, with your journey to the very beneficial thing is as you're walking along this path for the next few days, stopping occasionally for rest and to eat. But when the 3 days pass, as you're walking along the trail, you see this massive blackened crater in the middle of on the side of the road.
Ah, we're here.
Yeah, that definitely makes it easy to figure out where we need to go.
Yeah. And what do you do with this information?
We
I mean,
head
we just
west.
yeah, we just swing
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, you're gonna go
At this
off.
point, it was up the mountain.
You're going to go off trail to to the point you Nicholas and Proteus went the the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You begin watching. It's a little more treacherous here. There's not really a trail to follow, but you make your way through it, and you you you're not caught by anyone, but eventually you see the large wooden pikes kind of like have this kind of camouflaged this camouflaged aspect to it where they're kind of wrapped in vines and greenery, but you see it kind of atop this hill.
Huh. I'm surprised we haven't seen anyone yet. Guess.
Point is to remain hidden, not make yourself known.
Well, yes, but they have scouts. You and I both noticed that earlier. Well, I guess maybe they're just not scouting yet, or well, you know, thinking
Can we,
about and speculating isn't gonna really do much. We should probably just begin making our way over.
can we hear anything coming from the camp?
Do a perception check.
I mean, I can self-guidance. 22.
You can't see or hear, but you see, no, you do see something. You do see some like a little bit of smoke coming up. Not blackened smoke, but there is also accompanied with the smell of stew. Like a vegetable stew.
It's not like they up and left. They're definitely cooking right now.
Yeah, okay. They must not be patrolling yet, or we might have accidentally
Missed their
just
patrol.
yeah. All right. Hopefully those two Minchino from before will recognize us. Brody, do you remember what their names were?
Their names were Rod and Todd.
Yeah,
Okay,
I knew they rhymed.
yeah.
Like I will give you the benefit as like this was a few days ago in game, but like 2 months ago in real life.
Real time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Consequence of the breaks.
You're gonna walk up to their keep, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go up to their keep, um, you hear a voice, a rather higher voice, say to you, "Hold there!"
Malcolm
All right.
stops.
Yeah. Nicholas stops and he raises his paws into the air and he says, Nicholas here. Rod and Todd know us. We already informed them that we would be coming.
There's a little bit of confusion as it looked like he was about to say something else. This little Chimchar head poking over the top, this tower behind the wall. And it goes silent for a little bit. And he says, I guess come in?
Malcolm starts walking forward.
All right. You enter the camp, and this is your first time in here for the other few of you. It looks relatively the same for you, Nicholas and Proteus. There are several of these bandits sitting around a fire, and they appear to have bowls in their hand, and they're kind of eating it with these little wooden spoons. You see that druid there too, also opting to eat fruits and not from the bowl. There are several children you see kind of playing off to the sides, and around the fire you see kind of the makeup of several of these different Pokemon. But one that kind of stands out to you is this very almost grizzled, middle-aged Houndour. He has kind of he has like little speckles of gray in his fur. If a Pokemon could have a beard, he would, to complete that grizzled look. He looks very unkempt. He has, what you notice too is he has sheathed a rapier very similar to the one you stole from that one Nickit in that initial bandit operation you encountered Anna with. But he also is sharpening a dagger on a whetstone right now. And he looks over at you as he's doing it. And while everyone has kind of this mellow kind of look, he looks, well, very dour and just has these very untrusting eyes as he looks over towards you.
Hi.
As you say that, Malcolm, he just looks at you and just kind of stops. And just kind of sticks the dagger in a sheath.
Hello there. Sorry for intruding.
He steps off the log and says, "Yeah, Ron and Todd told me about you."
Okay, good. So you did hear. When the guards were confused, I thought they didn't for a second.
Well, they were just confused. They didn't expect you to come. He walks over to, you guys are kind of near the front gate right now, but as he walks towards you, he says, "Send the kids and elderly inside."
Does that include ours?
He wasn't really talking to you. He was talking to he kind of offhandedly like talked to the Minccino. He didn't like announce this. But this Minccino nods and begins almost hastily scurrying them inside. Now,
Is it From the haste of this interaction, does it seem like they're trying to hide them from an act of violence?
I'll let you do an insight check.
Okay. I have a +3 to these. Nice.
Oof, our luck today is really not good.
The answer is no.
You're not sure of what his intent of that was. Now, as he approaches and sees your grandparents, Nicholas, his gruff demeanor kind of softens a little. And he says, "It's a pleasure to meet you." And there is equally not knowing what to expect here. And they say, "It's our grandson told me we could seek refuge here." And he says, "You'll be safe here, as safe as anywhere, at least. But I know this. Every day we remain the city, and when I say city, I mean the Deuterium Corporation. If they come for us, we'll fight, and we'll win. But I'll not lie to you and say it won't be easy." And he looks to you, Nicholas, and says, "They'll have a place here, as long as they follow the rules, and we take care of our own."
Thank you. That's all I ask. I've got business in the city, dangerous business in the city, and knowing the Ethereum Corporation, I worry that by leaving them in the city, they'll become collateral, or the city will use them to try and get me to stop or do something I don't want to do.
If we are caught by the Flames' multiple militias, or anyone else, the children and the elderly were our prisoners, and they are drilled to act as such in that situation. It's the least we can do.
Oh, so that's your contingency.
Yes. Now, sir, ma'am, I'd like you to take shelter in one of those tents. I'd like a few words with your son and his friends, your grandson and his friends. And they look to you, Nicholas.
Go ahead. We'll be fine out here. Uh, can we help move their things with them in the tents before meeting you out here?
My men will help them do that.
All right. Very well.
And he lets them walk past. As he seems very courteous as they go past him, but his hard eyes go back to you for again, kind of side-eyeing, waiting for them to go into the tent. Now, let's talk about how you found us. I'd like to check my homework, so to speak. So, I'd like to hear your side of the story first.
I guess Proteus will open up by saying, "Well, to be honest, you have a major security flaw in the fact that you hand out maps so readily. That's how we found out you were here. However, we decided to investigate rather than to
I
try to
didn't
quell
I didn't
anything.
ask for you to criticize us. I asked for you to tell us how you found this place. What
I
happened?
did, and he's gonna lay the map out in front of it.
Yes, but tell me how you got that map.
We were
Run me
traveling
through
with
it.
a merchant, and we were attacked by people who are either associated with you, though I would admit we weren't exactly close to this area. And when we took them of their belongings and then, brought them to justice, we found this map, and having also ran into the murder, we decided we didn't know if this was a murder incident or not. That's why we came here to investigate. And we were pleasantly surprised, to say the least.
Yeah. Scout saw the whole thing. You got the map from Frey, didn't you? Reckless
Yeah.
fool, but one of mine all the same. I heard it all, how you subdued her and turned her in, and even made a bit of gold. I've got no quarrel with that, you don't have to worry. She picked a fight, and you finished it. Fair enough. But there's one part of the story that I don't understand yet. Including Frey and the scout, there were 7 of them, but you only turned in 5. Care to clear up that discrepancy for me?
Malcolm kind of paws at the ground a little bit, and he says, it was kind of an accident. I know I kind of, may have put one into a permanent nap. See, I wasn't really used to exploding at that point. I've gotten better at it, though.
I ended up burying the bodies on the road as things left off that way.
You mean left them in an unmarked grave on the side of the road, right? Am I right?
Unfortunately, they were unmarked graves, but I did the rights that I could before doing so.
Now, I made a promise to all of these people that I would look out for them. And, yeah, if they're caught, that's on them. The Flames Militia will do what you did. Well, the 3 of you did. And turn them in. But what you did, what were you thinking? No, scratch that. You weren't thinking, were you? Because that would
Nope.
require a braid.
Yep.
Do you even understand what you did, you naive, stupid, violent fool?
Not really.
You didn't just
doesn't-
kill a man. You stole his future. You took away someone's son, someone's father, someone's brother, and for what? Some pathetic, fleeting sense of power? Some knee-jerk reaction you can't control? Tell me! Do you even remember his name? Do you even know what he was? Or is this just some faceless obstacle to you? Because I remember every name of every person under my protection. I remember their stories and their dreams, where they came from, their pains, and now thanks to you, I have to remember where one of them is buried!
It was a zigzagoon. I thought it was a girl.
You're nothing but a mad dog. A bumbling, dangerous fool. Too stupid to know the damage he's causing. The rest of your group managed to show restraint. But all you do is create a fresh grave.
Malcolm kind of leans into Dante. He says, "That's where you put them in the grass slot, right?"
And he looks over to Dante. And you! You're of the cloth, aren't you?
Not of the flame.
But a servant to the gods, or deities.
Yes.
Tell me, how do you reconcile this? How do you stand there, preaching about life and death, while letting this loose on the world? How many people have you watched him butcher? Did you speak up? Did you try to stop him? Or did you just look the other way? Because that makes you just as guilty as he is. You've got blood on your hands too. And don't think for a second your prayers will wash him off.
Now that I'm not going to accept that you're going... No. I think you need to understand, before we make any headway with this conversation, that I have tried for all of my life in Helmfirth to even attempt to teach him what death is.
Well, you're failing on that, my friend.
It's not simple. It never has been. I can try to tell him in all sorts of manners, but he doesn't understand. He continues to confuse it with sleep.
So you're just complicit
No.
in letting this violent idiot walk free and making a mockery of your so-called morals.
Not in the slightest. I've tried to stop what I can. The problem is, in the heat of the moment, you don't get that time.
Well, how many times has he done it? Tell me. How many? Can you quantify it by a number?
Well, depends on if you count the murder or not. But if you do, I would say it's around 12.
Fine. You don't want to talk about this. We'll leave it at this. You, your grandparents, are welcome to stay here. I'll keep them safe. They've been through enough, and they don't deserve to suffer for your friend's stupidity. As for the rest of you, I don't want your coin, and I sure as hell don't want your thanks. But he, and he points to Malcolm, is staying. He's going to answer for what he's done.
Wait, you want me to stay here?
You've taken a life. Now you have the choice. Stay here and face justice, an eye for an eye. Or run like the coward I know you are. But let me be clear. If you run, there's nowhere in this world that can hide you from me. One way or another, I'll make sure you never hurt anyone again.
Is that what Crawl would want?
You're speaking to him.
Oh, good. So that's why you're so critical of Dante. You see the flaws in him that you saw in yourself.
Boy,
Proteus, do not begin anything of
do
that
not
nature.
antagonize me. Follow your friend's advice, and you better choose your next words very, very carefully.
Listen, I think that we both know that the Deuterium Corp is not doing justified things. They sent a monstrosity to our home, tore it apart, and ripped a man to pieces, and we saw that it was made out of the very same things that they were killing people for. He knew something that they wanted buried. The murder came to our town not shortly thereafter, and then your bandits attacked us next. We assumed it was all in line. I'm not saying that
Frey did
taking
not
lives
attack
was
you.
justified, but what I am saying is that we are up against something that we are barely able to understand. That crater was created because they are still after us. You keep him here. You put down his body. They will come here. They want to know something. They think we have something that they need. And if you try to get in our way, they are going to come for you. And I am trying to make sure that that doesn't happen because I respect what you have done for people here. We don't always get the choice to know before or after when we do what we do. But we can try to make amends and move forward, and that company is coming whether we like it or not.
Roll a persuasion roll.
All right. Dirty 20.
Nice.
So you mean to tell me you intend to oppose Deuterium?
That's the reason why I brought my grandparents here.
We wanted to make sure that they couldn't hurt his family while we were trying to bring them down.
Well, you won't leave him here, will you?
No, regardless of everything. And that was before I joined these people, so I don't know the details or anything like that, but we need Malcolm in order to help us take down the Deuterium Corporation, and leaving him here, if he's already got traces and they're already looking for him, will just bring the Deuterium Corporation here. For the sake of my grandparents, I can't leave Malcolm here. I need to make sure that they have no reason to come here and nothing to draw them here. So that way my grandparents can remain safe while I go after the bastards who killed my friend.
Well, at the end of the day, you called my bluff. I'm not gonna start a fight in the middle of my people here. But don't get me wrong. Okay, I wish you the best on your suicide mission here going against them. But know this. If I see him again on the road or anywhere else, there will not be any conversation. I'll deliver justice myself. And don't think for a second you're leaving here heroes. You'll be remembered as the ones who are shielding a killer. Now just go.
Very well.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Malcolm. Let's go.
Okay.
There's just kind of that uncomfortable silence. It's just kind of everyone is just kind of standing there as you guys just walk off through the gate again. And you make your way past the forest.
Well, that was unfortunate, but
I don't rule out the possibility that that was us being given a head start.
I wouldn't rule it out either.
We need to keep
Suppose
an eye
we
on that.
better. Yeah. We better hurry on back to Loomhausen. He's not gonna try and go after Malcolm there.
All right. So you're making your way back to the trail?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. How fast would you like to go?
Yeah, we're probably going at a fairly quick pace.
Yeah, I would
I don't know.
imagine
I would
rather than
say we're
normal.
going normal. Like if they want to catch up and bother us, like Proteus is a little bit of a I'm going to call your bluff twice. Like if they actually follow us.
Wow. Okay. If we're going normal, I would like to just keep an eye behind us.
Okay. Everyone roll a d6 then.
Oh boy, here we go.
For
Uh,
It's a 6 though.
a 4, a 6, a 1, and a 4.
interesting.
Wait, that's Crow's line.
Who do you think would be in the front?
Probably Malcolm. Main reason being is the city is that direction, so
Okay. Malcolm
I
would be.
kind of feel like Malcolm wouldn't be paying as much attention right now. He's still kind of thinking over what just happened. So he's going to be walking a little slower, actually.
All right. So who would be in front?
Then I
Oh,
guess probably Nick would be in front then.
so like Nick, Malcolm, Proteus, and then Dante's in the back.
Whoever is holding Malcolm's horn to keep him in line, that's where Malcolm is.
Okay. Well,
That's usually my job.
I'll assume Nicholas is in the front then, and I will let you do a perception check as you're watching the road ahead.
All right. Well, I am 5. Yep.
Ooh.
Not surprised.
All right. So, maybe deep in thought, you see. Well, this is not really a familiar sight for you, but for the rest of you, you kind of stumble onto it where, along the side of the road, you see a merchant wagon kind of off to the side, and there are several Minchino and
Oh, dang it.
going through the wagon with a uh, a deli bird being kind of held off to the side as they do it. And you wander onto the scene in such a way that they notice you, and you're walking, and and you can definitely tell they're part of this, but they see you walking by, and you kind of get the same script as you did back then, and they just say, "Good day."
The deli bird's just kind of standing there.
No, he's looking like his life is being ripped away. Kind of giving you those silent pleas to help.
How many
What are
gold
his
rocks?
goods?
How many gold rocks for what they're taking?
Oh. Oh. You might be in luck. I'd say, this is much easier when you do it this way. No one needs to suffer. Well, 50-50 sound fair, guys? 55. 55. We'll go the other way.
Malcolm hands over 55 gold rocks.
Thank you.
Conte, you have Frisk, right?
I do, yeah.
Make sure that they actually put the things back.
I mean, I don't know if this is going to be fast enough or slow enough that I have time to watch.
Well, they have to kind of put back everything they've
Well, see, what Malcolm was saying was he was going to purchase everything that they were taking and let them keep it.
Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah. And this is very mundane stuff, too. Like, you're very clearly getting ripped off with 55.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
but they accept, yeah. We'll sell it, 55, easier to carry. And they'll do it.
Right.
It's so much easier when people realize they can just buy us off instead of getting violent.
Well, you shouldn't be taking people's stuff in the first place, Now that we know who you are and that you're not bad people, I'm not going to pick a fight with you.
Dante's going to grab Malcolm's. Just, shut his mouth.
Well, we're saying this is fortuitous. Thanks a lot. Let's get out of here, guy. And you notice the one leading this pack has a similar kind of this kind of masterwork rapier, and they give you the stuff and they begin making their way off.
Tell Clyde didn't put anyone to sleep.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the delibird says, what just happened?
Yeah, here's your stuff.
Oh, thank you so much. I was making my way to Loomhausen. I didn't want to have to lose my entire stock to those brigands. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're going there too. I'll pull you the rest of the way.
Yeah, I was going to offer a ride if you seem to be on your feet.
Yeah, sorry. Our morale's a bit down, as you say. We really weren't interested in a fight, so figured it was better to just pay him off and not bother than actively get in a scuffle.
Risk people getting hurt.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Well, it, I thank you for your kindness and your generosity. If I can do anything, just let me know.
Just the simple wagon ride will be nice to get back to Loomhausen.
All right. Just get in the back there. I need some help packing everything up. You wouldn't mind doing that, would you? I of course I will help too. But they got it all over the place.
All right.
And Dante will immediately start trying to load things into the wagon.
Yeah, Nick will as well.
All right. And with that, after everything's all packed up, you could you get the rest of the way there and without incident too, as you are a larger party now, and I'll let you get back to the city without any other incidents.
All right.
Okay.
All right. For simplicity's sake, I will say you get back to Loomhausen in the next 3 days, and you get to the city gates in the morning of the 3rd. And this merchant named Clyde is going to the merchant alley where you left Anna, and he will. It will take a while to traverse through the city, but he will. He'll drop you off there if you want, and like the entrance to the city, or you could just kind of stay in the wagon while you're kind of carried to the merchant area.
The inn where we're meeting Estelle is near the entrance, so we should probably just be dropped off at the entrance.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So he kind of lets you off like below the lightning rail then, and you are in Loomhausen proper again.
All right, we're back now.
All right. Where do you go from here?
All right.
It's the only time we meet with Estelle.
Yeah, hopefully she doesn't ask us too much of why it took a while. We did give her sort of an excuse, but still.
Okay. So you're going to the hotel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it takes an hour or so to kind of make your way down to the or you could take the lightning rail, I guess, but if you want to take the bit of time, it will. And this map isn't to scale. It kind of takes hours to kind of go through the city, but it wouldn't take too long to get there.
I think we've brought. I think in this instance we cannot take the lightning rail.
All right, so it takes like an hour or so to get there, as you are at this large building with stained glass, and it towers above everything else in the district. These made out of pristine white walls, and the doors that have the transparent glass, and leads to this magnificent foyer with a fountain trickling water on every side of it. This crystal fountain. There is a receptionist behind this large desk. There are people coming in and out with like various luggage, much like your parents had. But yeah, here you are.
All right. Nicholas is gonna go up to the receptionist and say, excuse me, did Natu check in recently? She's a friend of ours.
The Clefable says, "No, but do you have any reservations?" I cannot disclose that information.
No.
Then you have no business here.
All
Don't
right.
we have a thing that lets us talk to Estelle?
The
Could have sworn we had a way to communicate with her.
thing that Proteus has.
A way to communicate with Anna or
Estelle.
Estelle?
No, with Estelle.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that, though probably not want to do it in front of Clefable Man.
Alright, well,
Probably not. Yeah.
We can just go sit down somewhere and tell her that we're here.
Yeah.
Is that what you wish to do?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So, yeah, you go sit down somewhere in the foyer area. There's some seatings, like benches and tables you can sit at. And you pull out the sending stone 10, I believe.
Thought I was an older model.
Yeah. What do you wish to do?
Let her know we're here.
Yeah.
Proteus. So.
Yeah, but pull out Sending Stone, I guess, and say, I don't know, guess we're here, time to start snow.
She says to you, that took longer than I expected. I'll be there in a day. Just tell receptionist your names then. At Loom Hall Hotel.
Okay. Well, I can't talk to her again until tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I'll relay the information to the party. I don't know, do we just tell the guy our names now, or do we tell them then? Like,
Now.
Now I assume.
Imagine the idea is we already have reservations set up for us. Just
maybe? I don't know.
probably.
Go talk to him, I guess.
Yep. Time to find out.
You four again, what is it?
Reservations for Gorvin, Proteus, Dante, and Nicholas. Right, sorry.
You mean Malcolm?
Malcolm, yeah. Reservation for Gorvin, Dante, Malcolm, and Proteus.
He begins, he sighs and begins shuffling through some papers and, like, kind of cross-referencing them. Oh, my apologies, sirs. It appears you have a room booked in the, first-class suite. Oh, this way! Bellhop! And, like, this little Riolu comes by. Yes,
no! Oh, no!
Guys.
He got a promotion after therapy?
Is it the same Riolu?
And when he sees you, he kind of stops for a moment. Yes, these four gentlemen would please show them our hospitality here at the Loom Hall Hotel. We hope you have a pleasant night, and you're booked here for indefinite. Okay. Yes. Get them up there fast. Get them up there fast. Yes. And he's like, may I take your bags?
I'm like, no, that's okay. These are lightweight.
Okay. This way. Just in the elevator here. And would you like a stick of gum? I have a stick of gum here.
What's gum?
You chew on it, and it injects your mouth with flavor for a finite amount of time until you discard the piece of chewed up rubber.
I do like chewing things.
He
Okay.
he gives you a stick of peppermint gum.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He starts chewing on it, and like a minute later, he swallows it.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Malcolm, you weren't supposed to swallow that.
Why?
You can't digest it.
Well, let me take you to your rooms. You are in the first class suite. Just let me take you up the elevator here. And he takes you inside this little box, Malcolm, that has several buttons on the right side.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
And he reaches up and hits the. You can read numbers, but he hits number 4.
And Malcolm's just kind of standing there. He's not really sure why we're standing in this small room, and then he feels it moving. He's like, "We're moving!"
Yeah, so you feel this strange motion, Malcolm, as you're being lifted, but nothing is moving.
What's happening?
And your stomach like slightly sinks, and then there's this bump, and the door opens, and you're in a completely different spot.
The room is magic, guys! It's magic! We can go anywhere with this room!
Oh no.
Let me take you to your rooms, right over here. And he walks you down this hallway, and it has this large berth. This isn't like other inns you've been into where they're just kind of like little wooden hallways. This one's like very pristine. There's a carpet that's just being cleaned by a small little steel guardian. It's kind of like a Roomba.
Is there a number on this thing?
On
The Roomba?
there's no number on it, but it's a small version of it. That's just kind of crawling across the floor, and when it goes over, it seems like all the dust was cleared off of it. And he takes you to these large doors, and he pulls it open with this. He has to use like kind of all of his might to open it for you because it's a large door. This is your room, sirs.
Is this one magic like the other one?
No, but there's apparently you have free room service. And wow, you guys must be rich. You've got you get to access to the swimming pool, the ballroom. Jeez, I mean, wow. We appreciate your patronage. There's beds for you here. If you need room service, just use that device over there, that little button right there. I'll let you enjoy your room. And he's just kind of standing there.
Thank you. You may go on your day.
Does the room service include the magical room?
I'll say yes.
Does it? Can you take me to the promised land?
Oh no.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe?
I want to go to the promised land.
Well, I think some would describe this hotel as a promised land.
Malcolm looks around. There's no grass here.
Yeah. And he's still just kind of standing there. And you see kind of his hand kind of twitching a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
See, here's the thing. Quill really wants to give him a tip, but Malcolm has no concept of what a tip is.
Yeah. And I'm like, and the tip I would have to give him to keep up this ruse would be like at least 1/5 of my total money.
I'm
don't
trying
even
to
know
figure
what
out how much to tip him.
I don't
Give him
know.
5 gold.
I was gonna give him a platinum because
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, geesh.
yeah, the MDRA is making us seem rich, so we have to act like it now.
I
So
guess.
I'll tip him a platinum.
And he also gives you your key as well. Only one key. So whoever's holding it is holding it.
All right, so that would be anyone who's not me.
And it's actually not a key, it's a key card that you
Of
kind of scan in front of the...
Okay, I want it.
Alright. Yeah, there you go. And with his platinum piece, he says, thank you! And the door slams. Not slams, shuts behind you.
Yeah, did that seem to be like his expectation, or did that seem like too much?
That seemed like his expectation.
Wow.
Okay, I figured.
Jeez.
Oh dear.
So, who thought the lightning rail was expensive?
Nicholas is just standing there like, how the frick did the MDRA manage to do this?
Well, remember, now we have to keep up this ruse because we are going to be students at the university, which means that we are going to be expected to be of this caliber the entire time, which also means we probably need a change of clothes.
Oh,
Wonderful.
gosh. I mean, the change of clothes part made enough sense. It's good for concealing our identities, but you saw where I grew up. Ritzy isn't exactly a thing I am.
Dante just kind of looks through the coin pouch he has. I've only got a couple hundred gold left.
Oh, don't worry, I'm less than that.
Malcolm suddenly looks very mad.
Yes, Malcolm, there isn't any grass here.
No, it's not that. I was just thinking about the jerk.
There's
I
a lot
gave
of
them.
those.
No, I mean the one that I gave the money so the guys would leave. They were jerks. They're all jerks.
But they're nice jerks.
No, they're not. They take people's stuff and make you give them money so that they'll go away, and then they yell at you when you defended yourself.
Yes. But they didn't kill anyone, and so we have to try to make them at least somewhat happy.
And I don't like them.
Sure.
Well,
don't
let's
exactly
put it
like
this
classic-
way. If we do what we want to do out here, they'll become nice people. Because then they won't have to do that anymore.
I guess I guess that's okay then.
So we're having to deal with them now, but later they'll be our friends.
Friends are good. Okay, you convinced me.
They're survivalists. You'll learn soon enough that, despite how ritzy this place is, there's a very dark, seedy underbelly, and they decided they didn't want to deal with it, and in that case, they have my respect a little. If I
Despite
could have
Ritzy.
being thieves.
Ritzy sounds like a cracker.
expensive.
Oh, okay.
And yes, despite being thieves, they could be a lot worse than thieves, as we'll probably see plenty of as we go through the city. There's a lot worse than thieves.
Malcolm doesn't seem to be interested in saying anything else.
At this point, we'll
All
just
right,
sort of
so-
settle in, and then Estelle's not going to be here for another day.
That's right. We have a whole city to go investigate in that time frame.
We're not going to be able to investigate the entire city.
I'd rather not spend.
Exactly. One unsupervised day might be the biggest breakthrough in time we'll have in a week.
Hopefully, it doesn't involve getting more trips on the lightning rail. It's going to, isn't it?
Yes. We're rich people now, so bleeding out money is what we do.
Do you have any plans?
There's a lot of things that we can end up doing out here. I want to also point out that well, let's put it this way. We're not exactly hiding in this place now. Remember the last hotel we stayed in? Not really sure what the MDRA was thinking.
Yeah, ain't that a good question? So that's one for Estelle later.
However, we have access to a vast amount of knowledge here.
Apparently all the
So
amenities.
we probably want to avoid things involving our main objectives for the time being, which I guess would include that gazebo for now. But there's libraries and other things we need to do intel on. Not to mention we still need to figure out what we want to do about you know who. You know, our wonderful grass type friend.
Right.
Her is a large amount of questionable. What we're gonna do about her is probably going to depend on the situation at hand. The bigger concern I have is less her and more what our other what your former patron is going to do now that you've broken off that patronage.
That's why we need to get knowledge now. We know that dragons aren't unheard of. They were in history books.
Just hoping
Figuring
to
out
avoid
whatever
hitting
was
the
going on.
So I say that we need to start learning what we can about those things, since no matter what, we need to know what they're up to, particularly because one of them could be as old as a history book or a large scale scam.
The problem is, I feel like a lot of that information we're going to find easier at the university, but
You know of any nearby libraries? Side university.
You would not. No one would.
yeah, I'm not exactly, I wasn't exactly studious while I was here. Most of what I've learned on the road.
Well, fortunately, we're first class, so if we want to go find that kind of stuff out, it's not hard. What time of day is it right now?
It's about close to afternoon. 11 o'clock ish.
Okay, so we might be when we get close to noon, we might just want to order room service and then like come up with a bunch of questions to ask then.
I
Maybe.
suppose I'm personally, my thought more is we'll want to get ourselves the right attire for the job we're about to have more than try and do research when doing research is going to be what we're doing soon enough. I doubt we're exactly going to go to university and not spend time studying.
Well, Estelle may have us covered with the clothing department, so I won't worry about that just yet.
That's honestly what I was thinking.
It would also take me 2 complete days to come up with something for everyone, working all day and all night. Or if I have nights only. Well, maybe. I might be able to do something in the night. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I wouldn't recommend it, but regardless, suppose we can ask if there's any libraries outside the university, but be very prepared for there to not be. Or at least not any that are going to be as worth going to as the university.
The other thing we might want to do is try to figure out how we can learn about the past plays of the Rose Theater and Giovanni, especially. We're going to want to find some of those old actors, I think.
Really committed to making the play as good as you can, huh?
More like I don't trust Giovanni.
I mean, yes, his play is more than likely, unless we're lucky, his play is more than likely going to bomb hard.
Yeah, but I want to know more about him specifically. There's one thing about being a buffoon, there's another about being a consistent buffoon. Consistent buffoons usually don't get. Well, they're usually not as a buffoon as they seem.
Especially one that
Meanwhile,
have
Malcolm's standing slightly off to the side.
There's an array of strange buttons around this place, Malcolm.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Malcolm's actually still too caught up thinking about what happened.
Okay.
He hasn't even noticed the buttons.
So what are we planning to do then? Just effectively getting lunch via room service and asking about the nearest library.
Yeah, that, and we probably want to find out where the hallowed flames are. A city with it like this big, with this much control over the entire region, is going to have a presence from them somewhere.
And it might be best to know where they are to avoid them. That's something I can actually agree with.
If I remember right, the MDRA tower is up north somewhere, not in the city, but
Yeah, it's north of the city itself.
yeah, so they have to be somewhere nearby to run audits on it.
Yeah, I don't dislike them as much as you do, but we don't want them and Malcolm being in the same space for too long. And the less conversations they have with you, considering your unique situation, the better. So yeah, I suppose that's what we'll do. Well, we'll ask about we'll ask about any libraries nearby, any place, we can also learn about past plays of the theater, and then we'll see where the Hallowed Flames are.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, we're gonna get room service at noon, and then ask about what we discussed, the libraries around here and where the Hallowed Flames are.
All right. So you ring the. There's kind of this panel with like different services, and you see the room service, and when you press the room service button, a hologram of a menu comes up.
Oh.
Oh, baby. I want to see how this thing works.
How ritzy have they gotten?
And it allows you to just kind of pick and choose, and you're on the MDRA's tab right now, so you know.
No, we're not going overboard, though.
Yeah, you could get some meals, and
Yeah, but we can't go underboard either.
Oh, gosh.
and when the Riolu, who you know's name is Skipper, comes up with a tray of your belongings, and they even had grass on the menu too. So I don't know if someone ordered that for Malcolm. Would have ordered that for Malcolm. But
I'm more like,
it's
why is grass on the menu?
It's usually to just kind of make the dish look more like an art, rather to kind of like surround it, and it's not meant to eat, but it's pretty cheap.
Maybe we got him like a truffle or something, and then told him to just keep layering grass on it like the McDonald's add more stuff button.
Yeah.
So he's got a mushroom and grass
Yeah.
on a plate.
He's wanting to go like some sort of fruit platter also.
So like Skipper comes up with your dishes, and you have like a table to eat this. He's like, this is for you and for you, and there you go.
Yeah, Brody's probably ordered like the most expensive vegetable stew for no apparent reason.
Well,
Nicholas ordered like smoked salmon.
and it's like immaculate on these plates. Just room service will be by to they'll be by to collect the dishes, so don't worry yourself about those.
Yes. By the way, could you help us with some directions while we're here in the city?
Oh wow, what do you need?
We were trying to find out where the closest library is, as well as where a congregation of the Hallowed Flames would meet.
Well, the library would certainly be at the university. Their books are second to none, but they're usually reserved for the professors and students there. I don't go there, so I don't know the hierarchy on it, but they have a very extensive archive there. Otherwise, the Expedition Society has a little bit of a repository for knowledge, but it's mainly just a museum. Just a lot of artifacts they've uncovered on display there. As for the Hallowed Flames, they are in the upper right of the city. If you are a worshipper of the flame, and you can go there to pray. That's about what I know.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. And he carts away the cart.
All right, time to dig in. And you see Nicholas is absolutely enjoying his salmon.
Yeah. Proteus will give like the vegetables to like one turn, and then just smile and just say, I bet Crawl did not expect that this would be the next 24 or 72 hours after he saw us last.
Did you really get vegetable soup stew just to spite him?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether to say well played or be worried about your mental health.
You're eating it in like these really ritzy bowls, and you actually have steelware and not the like crappy little wooden spoons they were using and everything.
He's probably just smile and say, well,
There's actually
know.
a salt and pepper shaker there too.
man, but is there paprika? That's the real question.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you ordered it, yeah.
Yeah, Dante just kind of taps the bowl he's got with the spoon, just thinking over it. This is going to take a lot of getting used to, even compared to what we thought was interesting with like Iron Broach, but
Yeah, like I said, this ain't exactly something someone who used to be in the slums is used to, but he takes another bite out of the salmon and just basks in the flavor, and he says, I ain't gonna complain about this food. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
we no matter what, we had to get something nice, so might as well have gotten a comparison between lives, and also just you know, I'm not really sure what he thought of us, but I'm pretty sure he vastly underestimated us. But I'm pretty sure that there's something in the city we'll find out about him too.
Really? What makes you think that? Well, actually, I asked that, but he's definitely got to have some history in the city, all things considering. You don't
Something
exactly know and hate the Ethereum Corporation without something personal happening.
or the Hallowed Flames. He still seems to apparently believe in it. However, he is also somewhat apostate as well, so it's curious. He believes in what they stand for, but not in their methods, it would seem, which means that they probably asked him to do something he didn't want to do. But, you know, if he wants to track us down, then I think that we need to do our due diligent homework on him.
Assuming we can find anything on him, to be honest, he's low on my priority list, but
Cover every exit point.
yeah. In any case, since we know we're not getting their best library, we may as well check what the Expedition Society's museum has to offer close by so we don't have to worry about the lightning rail, and we may learn something or other from it.
imagine it'll mostly be cursory things if it's a museum.
Probably, yeah, but you never know what you can find. Nicholas pulls out his fife and says, if they found things like this, and if we learn where they found things like this, we might be able to get some information on those dragons.
We'll see what we can find out from them, but
I don't expect much, but it's better than nothing.
yeah, those are the two places I want to pay a visit today, if there is both time and expenditures for it.
too.
Yeah, well, I want to go visit the Hallowed Flames.
Really? I thought you'd want to avoid them at all costs.
I need to know what the complex looks like.
Alright. Just be aware standing there in front of the complex suspiciously probably ain't gonna earn you too many points.
Oh, I'm sure that they have tours or something similar to it.
Yeah, we'll play
Tours
it
of a
by ear.
religious building.
Yeah.
Proteus, you'd more be going there if you were going there to worship.
Oh, come on. They let me into your building, didn't they? You just have to pretend to worship. And maybe give them some money. They like that too.
Dante's just covering his face with one hand.
Nicholas is chuckling and saying, "You know, I think I understand why you and the religious people don't exactly have a good relationship, all things considering."
Nah, Dante and I are absolutely the best. It's just certain others. All right. Are we ready to head out then?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So after finishing your meal, you leave your room, and it automatically locks when you shut the door. So you don't have to worry about locking up, but you need the key for re-entry.
The Proteus has it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And you.
No, go ahead.
And you go to the elevator where it takes you back down to the ground floor, and you are back outside in the city proper.
All right, time to go across the street.
All right.
Assuming that's where the museum entrance is.
It's you could see it from here. Yeah, it's a little bit of a hike, but you make your way over there, and there are actually two buildings. One is labeled the museum. There's these stone steps go up into it. Well, there's another building off to the right of it, and it has the insignia and of the Expedition Society kind of emblazoned on the top of it.
I don't think we have any reason to visit the society itself, do we? We're probably going to focus more on the museum.
Well, we would have something to show them if we wanted to. Which might be something we might want to do.
We have something to show them.
He gestures to like whatever is of the mall, like poking out of Malcolm's fluff. Yeah, remember? There's an artifact they wanted for that museum in that fluff. Even if we don't give it, they might want to look at it.
Oh, you mean this? And he takes out the javelin.
Yeah. Let's keep that in the bag for now, though, because, yeah.
It kind of sinks back into the wool.
All right. We'll go and pay the museum a visit first, and then we'll see if we can Convince them to let us speak with him.
I'll certainly quite literally pay.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you get to the you walk up the steps to the museum, and sure enough, there is a kind of reception desk where people seem to be paying admission to go in.
How does
Yeah.
everything have to be? All right, what's the prices?
What's admission?
20 gold per person.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh!
You know, as they said in X and Y, this is how the rich get richer.
Malcolm's actually not going to pay it, and he's going to stay outside.
Okay.
Well, are you sure, Malcolm?
Other people need the money more. These guys don't need it.
I'm gonna wait just to keep an eye on him.
I'm getting some deja vu here.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Go ahead, just let's not get in trouble this time.
I'll
As we
put it this
split.
way, Malcolm. What do you intend to do for the hour or two we are going to be inside?
I don't know. Just think about stuff.
I mostly don't want him getting.
Is there a statue of
Dragged
a
off.
thinking mon nearby?
Maybe at the front. There's like
All right.
there's like a Machamp doing the pose with like
Yeah.
Victor.
Malcolm, I think over there you need that. That's the perfect place for that kind of activity. Then.
Okay.
Oh,
Malcolm
gosh.
goes over in front of it and just kind of sits there in front of it, looks up at it, and then he tries to do the same sort of pose. But when he realizes that he can't really sit that way, he just goes back to sheep loafing.
Okay, and Dante, you're staying with him?
Yeah, I want to make sure he doesn't get like hassled or something.
Okay. Yeah, you go. I guess Nicholas and Proteus go up to the museum, and
Yep.
they are. They will. Will you pay the toll?
Yep.
Begrudgingly, but yes.
Lead out more cash.
All right. All right. Yeah. Inside this museum, they have what appears to be several different sections to the 18 kingdoms of that were over the continent. Seems to be a selling point. They are uncovering the lost kingdom of Haverigal recently. It seems like they're trying, and they've got some new exhibits apparently from that place.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you want to learn more about the play that the if you want to learn more about the play, then I suppose this is a good way to do it, since it's a Grass Kingdom play.
Yeah, I think that the university might have more records on it, but it wouldn't hurt to check out the grass. I think grass, dark, ice, and steel exhibits if we need to rush things.
Okay, which one do you want to go to first?
Probably grass.
Whichever one is either A, closest to a cafeteria if there is one here, or B, whichever one is closest to the side of the structure.
What were your choices? Grass, dark, ice.
Steel.
Grass, dark, ice, steel.
The steel one would be the closest.
All right.
And there are as you enter this place, the decor is it feels like you're walking into this kingdom as like the lights dim and there's just kind of these large steel slabs. It's very Minecraft like, the structures here, where they're very angular, and there's like exhibits where it shows like various steel Pokemon marching with several metal weapons kind of attached to their backs. The Steel Kingdom is called Furrowmore.
Paris or more? Okay.
Yeah.
Geez, they actually made the place like. Geez, did they actually have the place be like this? Ugh.
Is there anything you would like to, like, for the sake of, I don't want to run down like everything about this place, is there something you would maybe be drawn to that you would want to learn about? There's various artifacts, like magic items, kind of in these glass display cases with that tell you a little bit about them. But it's mostly like they discovered adamantine, and it's like a second to none metal that's nigh unbreakable.
I'm like, are those real or are they replicas?
They are real.
Oh man.
These are like described as genuine artifacts that the Expedition Society has either commissioned from Iron Brooch, or they found it through expeditions.
All right. Now, where's the like mirror blade that we found in Red River?
You don't really know where that is.
Oh yeah, I knew that it was part of like it was found with the Steel Kingdom. That's one reason why I'm here.
Yeah. I'll let you do an investigation check to kind of sift through the exhibit. This will mainly... The investigation check is how long it's going to take to find it.
Okay. So you want to roll low?
You want to roll high. If you roll low, it's going to like take hours to find it.
Wow, 16.
Okay, so through the Faramore exhibit, you kind of you're just kind of like looking over stuff, and maybe Nicholas is like, no, that's not it, no. Then you finally come across it, and again, underneath a glass case, there is you see that sword.
Okay.
It's called Mirror Light Edge. And it was forged from crystals that the Pokemon of this kingdom mined.
Fancy looking sword.
Yeah. Very interesting, and its design seems almost like they had a dark inspiration with it.
It's actually more ghostly.
Yeah. Ghost or dark. Whoever's the cloning fellas.
Is there any particular reason why you're looking at this?
To see it seemed like an interesting artifact because most of these are very prominently steel, but this one seemed almost like a collaboration or perhaps an infiltration device. Very interesting. What does it say about it?
It was kind of bonded to, like, the steel type Pokemon were experts at smithing, and They did take inspiration from other types, is where they incorporated into weapons, and in this case, it was ghost type that they kind of made this after, and it says on the plaque thing that it was theorized they were made to perhaps combat these different types if they were to ever go to war.
Yeah.
Well, there's your
And
answer as
then-
to why.
Are there any like are there any discernible like normal methods of alarm like tied up with this thing inside of the glass?
You from
Like a wire or something?
with the naked eye, you don't really see anything. It's just under. It just has that kind of glass case around it, and it's on kind of a small stand horizontally underneath it.
Okay.
Nicholas is gonna use message, and ask Proteus, well, are you actually looking to, like, steal this thing?
Rather than respond, Proteus is going to continue to move to the next exhibit on the list.
Okay. That would be the dark one. It's right next to it, and this is the Kingdom of Umbra. Kind of a brief description I can give you of these ones is they were expert infiltrators, and well, not everyone. What they lacked in brute strength is they made up for in stealth, in subterfuge. A lot of their artifacts that they uncovered have to do with spells that, or not really. I don't want to say spells, but abilities that render you hard to find and invisible in the darkness. And in fact, when you enter this area, it like gets dark and there's just kind of like blue lights and spotlights all over the place, but it's strange. It's a darkness where you can kind of still see everyone and see the exhibits, except there's like the darkness is making a pathway, so to speak.
Yeah. Probably has like those those black lights that make anyone who's wearing white just glow.
Yeah. And you actually see a black rock on display, and it was used by them.
Yeah, now thinking about it, I probably just blend in with this whole environment.
Yeah,
that might
it
trigger my
definitely gives
black
you like
rock.
it gives you the warm fuzzies just kind of being in this area. Like you feel so at home, kind of. Is there anything else you would like pursue in this exhibit? There are many
I'm like,
magical items on display that.
yeah, do they have like any like new evidence or anything like that that they're trying to like point out to people here?
There's apparently their vessels were found on the outskirts of a lot of the other kingdoms when they shouldn't, when they shouldn't have been there because they was very segregated. So this is kind of falling into their theory that they were spies and stuff like that. But trade was seemingly done with them a lot of the time, which is how they probably acquired the Black Rock.
Okay. Is there any like story? Well, I guess there won't really be stories here. We have like the plaque that has like two paragraphs and that's it.
Yeah. it's basically showcasing a lot of what they mainly do here. Is they're just showcasing the magic items and kind of the stories behind it and what little information, like little is known in like great detail of like the rulers more or less who were at the time or anything like that, but they're kind of gathering information what these places were like.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, yeah. Like, how high up are these lights from the ground or dimmers, whatever these are?
They're about 30 feet up. It's a pretty big room. There's other people walking around with you and stuff, so you're not like alone here.
Yeah. I might. Are they like the ceiling tiles that like are easy to put in because you just like the rectangular ones, or is this like completely flush
It's flush.
roof?
It's
Okay.
stone. There are vents, though.
All right. And then we'll move on to the next one.
It's ice and grass. It would be ice next. And so,
Okay.
yeah,
I just realized up to this point, now that we're past steel, I think if anything they have displayed in the native language, I can read.
they do have a few examples of the like alphabet on the wall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it matters, but I can read dark grass and ice as well as rock. I don't know if rock will show up here, but
More or less everything is in common for but they kind of show like a cipher of the language because
yeah,
these languages are not dead. So
yeah, I guess that's fair.
but yeah, ice would be next, and there. This one seems to have the most people in it, and what it's actually featured with is like it's saying this is going to have quite an expansion with the new information being learned as the new guild leader or expedition society leader of the air continent branch Apollo is leading a new expedition with several breakthroughs in the kingdom as they found its matriarch name was Krya.
Huh. Guess this place is about to get a whole lot bigger.
Yeah. Um, do I recognize the name of Apollo?
That's up to you.
Okay.
But there are several kind of ice themed artifacts there, and they're not. It was known for its beauty, so this room is very cold. And there are these art pieces that have to be kept in this cold to not melt away. In fact, if they imported these here, might have been quite a journey to keep them chilled and in pristine condition.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
It
interesting.
sucks that they have to keep it this cold though. Ugh. I hope I never have to go anywhere this cold.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good time up there with to find this stuff. Last one on the trip.
Before you,
At least for today.
while you're kind of looking around this this large Haxorus approaches you. Have you found everything you're looking for?
Yeah, so
We're
far so good.
yeah, we're mostly just looking around, just admiring the artifacts. So I do actually. This probably would require looking more towards the dragon exhibit itself, but we've heard like ancient chromatic dragon sort of things that may have existed once in history. Would that
Yes.
be found in the dragon exhibit, or would there be a special place for that?
Oh, yes, that would be in the Draxel exhibit.
All right, we'll have to swing by there then.
Yes. He does appear to work there, but he points you in the direction that would be. But yeah.
Yeah, does he seem like to be more or less one of the uh people working at the museum, specifically like for directions slash mild entertainment, or is this like a security guard?
He appears to work there, and like one thing striking about him on the front of his hand, there's a strange rune, almost like tattooed there.
All right. Um, yeah, I guess the question is, do we want to go to Draxel or the Grass Kingdom first?
I guess whichever's closest.
You've spent about 2 hours here, so Malcolm and Dante have been out there for 2 hours.
Okay, I guess we'll have to. We probably should go visit the dragons before leaving. Actually, I'm just thinking here. We need that 20 gold's worth, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
The
we'll
dragon one.
probably visit. Yeah, dragon priority.
Okay, in the dragon one, there's a lot of like dragon decor where they're kind of like as you enter, like two dragon heads shoot fire at each other. And there's various Nicholas, this one is very striking to you because there's a lot of imagery of the fife you have where it kind of has there's various art pieces that feature those five dragons on your fife, and it seems like they're trying, like they're some sort of protectors of some sort, like is what the Expedition Society has sussed out, and before that, they said that they say there was more malevolent, evil ones before these guardian ones. Since all the cultures seem to revere them in some form or another, but none so prominent as Draxel here, which is said they say dragon types have descended from.
Interesting. Is there any depictions of the malevolent ones that the Guardians fought against, or is that entirely unknown?
It's kind of unclear what happened from them going from malevolent, like these chromatic ones, to the five: a gold, silver, bronze, mercury, and copper.
Hmm. Interesting.
Then there are several magic items as well.
Yeah. In this exhibit, Proteus is going to be trying to find any head or tails of Kronos or evidence that there's something that would seem somewhat like out of place in time.
Do an
Yeah, Nicholas is also looking around for like signs of like Kronos as well.
All right. Do an investigation check. If you both have it, one of you can do it at advantage.
I have it.
I do not. I just have Jack traits.
All right. So yeah, just both of you roll investigation checks.
Nice. Nice.
Devil 12.
Wow.
Double 12s.
Okay, so
I haven't rolled above a 10 this whole time.
So in this exhibit, it takes you 2 hours to kind of sift through everything. So you've been in here for a grand total of 4 hours. But the closest thing you come across is there is this theory that these 5 dragons were once one. And
Interesting.
they relate it much to the story of Reshiram, Kiram, and Zekrom.
All right, well, that definitely makes us want to visit them even more. The Hallowed Flames next even more, but yeah, well, there's going to be consequences for this information because they took 2 hours to procure, and we said we'd be back in 2 hours 2 hours ago.
Yeah. So you're gonna leave at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have time to visit the grass.
All right. So 4 hours later, these two emerge from the museum.
Malcolm's in the exact same spot he was when they went in.
Has he seriously been there the entire time?
Dante probably just gets up off of a bench he was sitting on while trying to just read through his black book he's been carrying with him. Just stretches and looks over to Malcolm. I've been keeping an eye on him, and this whole time he just stayed right there.
Man, you should get a side hustle as a poser for the art class.
Malcolm?
Malcolm doesn't respond. He might be
Whoa.
sleeping.
His eyes open.
Nope.
Dante's gonna go over and shake him.
All right. At this point, it would probably be around 4:00 p.m.
Yep. I'm gonna go visit the Hallowed Flames.
Or are you gonna take the lightning rail or walk there?
We
I don't think
we must lightning rail. There is not enough time to walk.
Yeah.
All right. I think I will end it here then. Yeah.
All right.
All right. We're back,
All right.
everyone. All right. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be back on this consistent schedule. Maybe doing it right now. I don't know how everyone feels about streaming at this time, but it's very touch and go.
We'll sort of figure that out as people
Yeah.
decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly,
But we will. I guess we'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.